It's conference season. What does that mean? Lots of goodies, or is it just trash? I'm gonna walk through the 5 things that I look for before making any purchases towards getting some of this stuff. And if you stay at the very end, I'm gonna give you my top 3 items that I use for each and every conference I attend. So let's get started. Number 1 thing to think about is functionality, utility, right? What is something that's gonna last for a while? What is something that's gonna stay on their desk that they constantly need to use, right? The other thing about this is we want something of quality as well. We don't want those flimsy pins. Nobody likes those. They go in the trash right away. But if it has a utility with it, if it's something that they want, if it's something of value that they can constantly use and it's quality, they're going to constantly use it every single day and they're going to see your brand every single day. Next up, let's talk about brand. What is the item that you're giving away that's constantly, when they see that, they think of you? On a lighter end, I used to give out, when I was in pharmaceutical sales, I used to give out the Lifesaver candies. And every time I'd walk up to a nurse, I would simply say, thank you for being a lifesaver. And even a couple of years later, I've got OBGYNs and doctors that come and says, yeah, you're the lifesaver candy. And I always like that. Yeah, silly dad jokes. But when you give something away, you got a nice little fun theme with it, it works. Also, when I was with ShiftMed, we had these big purple bags, right? They were insulated and really high quality. And the benefit of those purple bags is when you looked at a conference, everybody had our purple bags because they were quality. And people knew when ShiftMed arrived, it was ShiftMed, it was purple, it was high quality, it was bags all lined up. It was one of the best items. And here, check out this picture. And you can see everyone in the field, everyone out there utilizing it and in the field. It was fantastic. So it was a great brand for ShiftMed and those purple bags. So branding is one of the other things that you want to start thinking about when you start to pick up some of these items. The other thing I want to share is social media. I think it's one of the areas that we don't utilize that well, but if we have a higher quality item, so this is a cup holder here, and there you go. And personally, I like it because it's my initials, right? DP. But it's also a brand for this company. And what it does is it's something nicer, it's glass, that more people possibly want. Think of like high quality water bottles or even higher quality items. What about utilizing a social media giveaway? People answer questions. You do a Facebook Live or Instagram Reel or Lives, and you get people to answer questions, increase your users, and you give away higher quality items, 4 or 5 or something like that. And you can have a lot of fun. If you're doing a webinar, this might be another, way to, hey, if you ask a question during our webinar, you're going to be able to pick up, another high quality item from ABC company. So think about how you might be able to use social media to utilize your giveaways. Number 4, popular. Now, this is going to be iffy depending on your budgets, but those popular items are the ones that really go fast. So think of those little spinners from a couple of years ago. But I want to share this one from Brightview I got about 3 weeks ago, and I've been using it ever since. Check out that baby. Yes, that's really nice. Is it going to cost you a little penny? Probably. But look at the functionality of it as far as you got all the different labels. You've got a calendar, different colors. This thing is like, it's got everything on it. So what is something popular that you might be able to give away that people want to stop by your booth? They want your brand, right? So these are the higher quality water bottles I've seen, and mugs, basically Yeti. I've seen a lot of tools come out recently, little light things. Those are the things that are popular and cool. This is a litter, which has got a little space on the bottom for, paper clips and other stuff, right? Those are the things that are kind of stand out, and everyone in the place is going to be talking about it. See, that's the other thing that these tchotchkes or giveaway items do. People are going to talk. Where'd you get that item? Where'd you get that? Now they're going to stop by your booth. Now, of course, it's on you to make sure you're asking questions. One of the things that I used to do when I gave away something as simple as Lifesaver candy is I'd give it to them and I'd say, thanks for being a lifesaver. And they would, oh, ha, ha, ha. Or when I gave out my bags, I would say, you can put everything you want in there including, shift med, staffing supplies. We can handle it all. And so if you can come up with a nice little one-liner when you give away an item, it's going to have even more of an impact. So people are going to remember you and want to stop by your booth. Last thing, number 5, is utility. Most importantly, they've got to have a reason to be able to take it. We don't want something that is going to go to their kids. I totally hate the little, the scrunchy balls and all this stuff. Listen, I'm a big basketball fan, so I love this stuff. And it's cute, it's got the University of Maryland and all that. But honestly, this stuff ends up in my kids or my dog or whatever. It's not gonna end up on my desk and I'm really not utilizing it, right? So what is something that is gonna stay with them and they're gonna use constantly over and over and over again? So those are my 5 tips for you. It's gotta have utility, it's gotta have brand awareness, possibly think about social media giveaways, something popular, something functional that they're gonna stay with. Now, if you're ready, I'll give you my top 3 items that I personally look and I utilize at almost all the shows. Number 1, pens. 2 types. One, the ink pens are really, really good. I see them everywhere. They're higher quality. People love them. Personally, this is a personal favorite. I like the multicolor. Why? It's different. It always sparks conversation because people are like, I haven't seen those in forever. Obviously, multiple use, they can use it for black and red and green and blue and all that other stuff. But pens, number 2 thing I like, sticky notes and pads with actual content on it. Why? Sticky notes are simple. Everyone uses them. They always put them somewhere and you can write on them and they last forever and they constantly see your brand and your name either on the top or on the bottom. Sticky notes are fantastic. And pads, the reason I like these is because I like the ones that have like a to-do list and notes because everyone is always writing down what they need and if have a clear direction is a fantastic way to do this. So sticky pads and notepads are fantastic. The last thing, my personal favorite, I always recommend to all of my clients, magnets. Magnets. I know, it's simple. It's not a big price item. Why do magnets work? Because they stay with them forever. Regardless if it's going on a fridge at the office, regardless if it's going on a file cabinet. I like the bag clips too, because people are always going to clip things. But as long as it's got a magnet, it's more likely to stay with them for a longer period of time. 3 favorite items are pens of high quality, sticky notes, notepads with information on it, and number 3, magnets. It's cost effective and it's going to stay with them for a long, long time. So hopefully you enjoy this. If I left out any items that you really like or that you find beneficial, please leave it in the comments section below or DM me if you have any questions on how to best utilize these. If you have a store that you like, feel free to throw those in there as well. I don't mind any free advertising for others. But hopefully you enjoyed this and I'll talk to you on the other side.